I just wanted to see how you go about that. So I've been going back and forth with him. He said that work has been shut down, so hours were cut. But yeah, so I reached out to him, see what's going on, see how I can help him out. When would the next payment will be out? He said that next week would be he'll be able to finish paying whatever is old.
Has
Which
he
is,
paid you anything this month?
yes, 1,000. And
And
then
when did he pay that? Because your rent's due on the 20th, just like mine, right?
yep,
Okay.
yep,
So when
on
did he
the
pay that?
20th.
He paid the 1,000 on the 20th. His
Yep,
rent is how much?
1549.
1549. And does he have an option fee assistance program payment?
Yeah, that's including the assistance program.
Okay. Okay. So 1549
So
total.
rent is 1249.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's been paying like 1,000, and then like another the remaining balance he pays it like in a week or in 2 weeks or so.
Okay.
So this time it sounds like it's gonna be the first time that's gonna go roll over to November. Last
Okay.
time he paid everything within September.
Okay.
Okay. So I emailed him, and this is what I'm about to send. He was like, "I probably won't be able to get paid until next week, so I will be able to send the remaining balance of 119, which they already added a late charge. Innago already did.
It automatically does.
Yeah, automatically. So this is what I'm about to send, but I don't know if it's too
So
harsh.
what do you say about the 119?
He said it'll probably won't be until I get paid again next week. So he's
Okay.
gonna send 500 this week, and then there's gonna be a remaining balance of
Okay.
119 left.
Okay. I'm with you. Okay. Well, but the late fee is going to continue to grow
Daily or
daily.
weekly? Oh,
So it's 10% if you're using the same lease I am, right?
it should, yes.
Okay. So it's 10% of the rent. So what's his rent?
1249.
Okay. So it's a 125 bucks right on at 5 o'clock at day 3. He tax on that 10%. Then it's $10 a day until it gets paid in full on the rent. Does not count the option fee.
Right.
It's just the rent. So every day it's gonna be another $10, another $10, another $10 until he gets that paid.
So this Friday, when he pays the 500, the rent will be cleared, but not the lease. So that wouldn't really.
It does
that
not.
wouldn't
Yeah,
happen.
the lease option payment does not, or the option payment does not get hit with any late
Right.
fees.
I understand.
Just the rent.
Okay.
So that 190, whatever you just said, will actually go up probably. I mean, if you got that today, you got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you got another $30 on there.
Okay.
So it's going to be 210,
Yeah.
220.
Yeah, around just about. Okay, so this is what I'm about to send. It's like, okay, they added a late fee already. Not sure if they would add another one. I just found out they will.
Okay.
For future, please pay lease on time so that no late charges are added. I understand that work got shut down, but it's been 2 times that the payments have been late. Please be in communication with me if you are going to be late and try to pay the full amount within the month. Thank
Okay.
you. Does that sound bad?
It does not. That's actually pretty easy.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if he paid on the 20th, but he only paid partial. Where's this property at? I can't
Indiana.
remember. Indiana. Okay, I don't think Indiana accepts partial payments. Okay, so in Arizona, let me just talk about Arizona for a minute. So in Arizona, if your rent's $1,200, $1,249, if they make a partial payment, you're automatically going to give them a 5-day written eviction notice, along with a partial payment sheet stating that I'm not going to evict you if you're going to pay me $1,000 today. You're going to pay that other $249 plus late fees on this day. And you can't add your option fee in there. I wish you could, but you can't. Okay. You can put a little note in it or whatever, but you can't count against that. So then in Arizona, if he doesn't pay that, say on the 29th of the month, okay, on the 30th of the month, you can take that and actually hand it to the attorney for eviction, because you've already got your 5-day notice in there, but the partial payment goes over the top of it, so you don't evict. Okay. What Sandy does is she turns around and does that in every state we're in. She will use a partial payment. So depending on what Indiana is, if it's a 3-day notice, 5-day notice, 10-day notice, whatever, he's getting that notice right up front. Okay, along with a partial payment. She changes the title on it, so it's a partial payment. I don't know if it's by state or whatever, but she'll put that on there. Now, all you're trying to do is let that tenant know that this is how it's going to be paid. Here's what you've agreed to. If you don't agree to that, then I'm going to continue on with eviction. Okay. If for some reason they pay it, great. Then it just goes away and no big deal. You do want to make sure you get the option fee in and that also, but you may or may not because you can't put that on paper. Okay. Here's the downside, and I have to double check Indiana because San does all this. The partial payment does not count like it does in Arizona. Okay. So if he goes past the 29th and on the 30th, you can't start eviction until it actually goes to the next rent day, which is going to be November 20th. Then the minute he hasn't paid, you've already given him the eviction notice for non-payment and that kind of stuff, and you can start eviction. But you have to wait for the next cycle. That's usually what it is. Hey, Sandy, Indiana does not have a partial payment. Is that correct? Okay, that's what I thought. So, but I would still use that because it's a contract between you and him of here's how you're going to make your payments to me. Okay. There's pros and cons to letting people run late. Okay. I might come back to him and say, yes, get this paid on time. But at the same token, if he's giving you $1,000 and he's leaving $249 that isn't paid, plus the option fee part of it, then I would be okay with it personally, just simply because now I'm going to get another $125.
Exactly.
Plus $10 a day until he pays it. Okay. And hopefully he'll pay all the option fee and everything at the same time, as long as you have that agreement. Okay. But you commenting pay all your rent on time so you don't get late fees, that's the right thing to do. But I don't know how many we've got this month that haven't paid. I'm saying I haven't talked about it.
Yeah.
But not very many. But as long as they're making some type of attempt, and he's got, I mean, he's over 3/4.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So he's strong, you know, and it already covers your nut, you know, for your mortgage payment. So it's not hurting you. No. And actually, you're making more money because of late fees.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So that's why I'm not really tripping. But this is the first time that it's going to roll over to November.
But that's just so in reality, what you got to look at is he's made $1,000 payment here. He's going to give you $500 here. So he's already really done his rent plus late fees or plus his option fee. And he still has late fees to pay. I'll let the late fees drag out a little bit sometimes. Okay. But I do want to make sure, and the way Sandy's applies it is she'll apply it all towards rent, all towards the late fees, and then the option. Yeah, I would honestly really, I wish there was a way in Innago that they had to pay their option fee up front first before they paid rent.
But it doesn't.
Yeah, you can't.
That would be the other way around.
No, I want the option fee because I have no legal recourse to collect that option fee. I have legal recourse for the rent. So I really wish that they would make it that way that they had to pay that we could designate which invoice has to be paid first. You know what? Would you get a hold of Innago? They're always asking for suggestions. Get a hold of Innago and see if they can put something in there that by date. They have to pay this invoice by date before they can pay the next invoice, whether it's rent or whatever. They can write that in their software. Okay? And that's simple. And if it's not by date, it might, and date by time, because if option and rent are due on the same day, it's which one's timestamped first. So see if they can do that and see if they'll add that to their software. That would be awesome. Okay?
All right. That answers my question.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. But I would be, and I don't know if I would. So when's he supposed to pay?
On 500 he's going to pay this month. That's going to cover rent.
And then he's going to pay it on the 30th because the month is over Thursday.
Yeah.
On Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay, so if he does not pay that on Thursday, Friday morning I'd be sending him an eviction notice. She's got the eviction notice you can get. Have her help you. Fill out that eviction notice. Send it to him along with a partial payment. Okay. You're probably not going to get anywhere with him other than you're going to scare him. Okay. Because legally, you actually now have to wait until November 20th before you can actually give him a true notice. And you may have to repeat it to run through the court system.
Okay. On landlord-friendly states, how long is normally eviction process?
They all vary. Hey, Sandy, what's Indiana for evictions? How many days? Or for the notice? 10 days? Okay. So you got to give them a 10-day notice to do so. So really, he's not even late.
No.
Due on the 20th. It is late by your lease, as of 5 o'clock on the 23rd, but you can't give him a notice until actually the 1st.
Okay.
Okay, so which is perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so and then at that point, and you can't get. Hey, Sandy, the 10-day notice is 10 days after rent is supposed to be paid, right? Okay, so 24th you could serve notice.
So after the 3 days,
Yep.
then I could.
Then you serve notice, and you have to 10-day wait before you can turn it to the judge.
Okay, so within those 10 days, they have time to pay me, and then I just.
Yep, and then you just drop it.
Okay.
If not, then on the 11th day, you turn it to an attorney to go ahead and start the eviction process.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. I don't think that's the situation with these people, but yeah.
I don't think so either. But so she always on the 4th or the 24th of each month, notices go out, no matter what.
So notice, is it just like a warning, like hey?
No, it's a true eviction notice.
Oh, okay. Like,
If
hey.
you don't pay me, you're out. And at the end of the 10 days, on the 11th day, of that notice being out, we hand it to the attorneys.
Okay.
So we don't mess around, because if you do, they'll take advantage of you.
Yeah, and that's
So
what
don't
I
do
don't want.
it. Yep, don't do it.
So.
And part of it is because on this particular deal, your option fee was pretty minimal to get them in, but you had it sold ahead of time.
Yep.
And we all agreed that that's probably worth it. Okay. And he's paid how many option fee assistance program payments has he made?
3.
3. So that's $1,500. Well, how much is this option fee?
250.
250. So he's paid $750 plus his initial down payment. Okay. So it's building up.
Yeah.
Okay. And it'll just get more and more in your pocket. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Awesome.
All right.
Appreciate it, John.
No worries.
All right.